Hey everybody, a little update on my sharkbyte build. Last time I did a sharkbyte video, this crashed. I turtle moded it and it voltage spiked the VTX. So I've got a new VTX on here, brand new. I've conformal coated it so it should be a little bit resistant to water. And I've also managed to 3D print a TPU antenna mount, and that's been quite a process. First of all, I printed off these PLA ones. They just shattered on impact. Then I managed to print sort of that, but that wasn't very good. Then I figured out that I needed a heat resistant tube to go into the hot end, and it started printing a lot better in TPU, but it was lifting off the bed. You can see it sort of curls up a little bit. So I basically got a piece of glass from a picture frame, mounted that on the bed, and it started printing perfectly. Another little attempt there somewhere in between them, but I now have a lovely TPU mount. I also managed to print some skids. These will be going on the bottom of the motors under here. Protects the arms a little bit on the landing. And I've got a front end cushion, I guess, and credit to the guy that made this. I mean, oh, the camera's coming off. I mean, that is going to fit there absolutely lovely. So whoever designed that did a really good job. But yeah, basically I'm just going to start putting this back together now for a final fit. I did say in one of my videos that I was probably going to get the LEDs working. To be honest, I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. I just want to get this thing back in the air, get flying and creating videos for you guys. I've also, one more thing, 3D printed the upgraded camera case for the Runcam, which you can replace this lens with an upgraded lens. You can either buy that straight from the HDZero company that designed the cameras, or you can use one from an analog camera, and it's been recommended that the Cadex Ratel lens works really well with this case and just the camera workings at the back of there. I probably will be giving that a go at some point, but not this time round. I just want to make sure that this is back up and running and just get out flying. At some point this weekend I'm going to be rebuilding the Xilo as well, because I'll level up, right? This flight controller is the original flight controller from the Xilo. Now, when I very first built that drone, the camera and OSD didn't work. I got nothing. I just got black screen. When I hardwired the camera straight to the VTX, I could get camera feed. So for my first 3 months in FPV, I didn't have an OSD. I had no idea how low my battery was at any given time, and I just flew it like that. And then when I did finally get the flight controller sorted out and got an OSD back up and running, what a difference. Yeah, I don't want to be without it again. Now, obviously, this one, the OSD doesn't work on because it was on the Xilo and it wasn't working. But sharkbyte doesn't require that bit of circuitry, because the OSD information is sent via a different UART and an MSP connector straight to the VTX. So it doesn't need any of that. So don't throw away your old flight controllers, analog ones, if you've just knackered up the camera on them. If it still flies fine, you can still use it with sharkbyte. That is the beautiful thing about sharkbyte. I don't know if that works on DJI. I wouldn't know. Never used DJI. But with sharkbyte, I mean, that is just one clear advantage. I'm never throwing a flight controller away again. But anyway, yeah, I'm just going to pop this all back together and probably put on my extra little bits, the 3D printed protective parts. I will show you this. Originally I thought that the problem was just this break in this pigtail, but I resistance tested this pigtail and it is actually still working fine. I've replaced it with a brand new one just in case. It's a little bit of a longer pigtail, but it's I'd just rather replace it because I don't trust that. So anyway, I'm just going to pop this back together, show you what it looks like when it's back together, and then we'll go for a fly, I guess. One thing you can do, if your screws don't quite fit in the TPU holes, which they often don't, is find yourself a dedicated soldering iron tip that you don't mind getting covered in plastic, and heat that up. I've got this set to 220 degrees, which is around about the same melting temperature as TPU anyway, and just use that to widen up your holes and clean anything up. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, there she is. She's all set up, ready to go. Got the battery lead coming out the back this time rather than out the side. I just figured with that little hole there in the antenna mount, that was kind of handy. I'll probably mount the batteries maybe the other way around or something, I don't know yet. But she is bound to the receiver. We'll just check that. There we go. I don't have a motor beep for some reason, don't know why, but that doesn't matter. Also check that the sharkbyte's working. And it is. See in there, we have a picture. So yeah, we're all good to go, ready to fly. I'd say that job's a good one. So let's go outside and fly. Okay, and here we go. Now, I was going to do a GoPro comparison footage on this, so we can get the motor noise and all that sort of good stuff and compare the images. But with what happened, I decided to leave it like this and just do a little voiceover. Now, I am actually flying this on the Skyzone goggles. I've actually managed to get it up and running properly, full 720 HD. But my HDMI lead that was supplied with sharkbyte is not very good quality, and as I was flying, this happened. Yeah, that happened. And that I just disarmed, and that was the view I got. So picked it up, had another go. This time I swapped out for a higher quality HDMI cable, with a full-size HDMI cable with just the little connectors of reducers on each end. It's like a 2-meter cable that I've coiled up about 6 times, and it's just dangling down from the goggles. But the view on it is just spectacular. It is exactly what we're looking at here, although this is obviously scaled up to 1080 from 720, so it does genuinely look even better than this that you're seeing now. It does have quite a wide angle view to it in the sky zones, because the sky zones don't really do 16:9 very well, so it's still in 4:3, but it's kind of like fisheye lens, very wide angle, but it's awesome for flying. And just the detail, I mean, you can see I'm not scared at all of getting nice and close to those trees, coming down here and that. I mean, I was just enjoying the view. It's so much nicer. Although I might have done a trick or two here and then realised that my battery's starting to get a little bit low. I do like to stop it. Oh, boink, yeah. So I ruined it last time. But yeah, I do like to sort of stop my battery around about the 3.7 mark, somewhere in the 3.6, 3.7 mark, so that when I take the battery off, it'll still be at storage charge. And we are up to around about roughly the amount of milliamp hours. And just as I land, oh, the MIPI cable disconnected. Well, that's it for this video. I will probably do another video showing how I managed to get my sky zones working. And I know it is a glitch that affects a lot of people on Facebook and that. There's always people coming on saying, how did you get the sky zone 030s to work with colour? So I feel like I owe a video about that. But that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, always appreciated. and I'll see you next time.